Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you're keeping well. Today you might need a wee bit of equipment. Block if you have one. If you haven't got one, you could use a rolled up blanket, towel, or even cushion. If you happen to have one of these flat boys as well, might come in handy in a little while. Alternative to that would be a folded up blanket or a cushion. Cushion would be absolutely fine as well, just to kind of give you a wee bit more height. I'll explain it when we're at that point. So if you're ready, we can just get ourselves lying down, ready for breathing. Okay, lie down nice and carefully. Checking your space. Roll your arms out if that's okay with you. You can choose the position of those arms. Let your feet fall out if the legs are away. Remember, any issues on the back, you can keep your knees bent up. Even if that's just what you feel like today, that's absolutely fine as well. We take a moment to feel the ground solid and flat beneath us. And just breathe. Breathing in. Breathing out. 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 Take your time. We'll just go for a full body stretch now. So keep the legs apart. Just stretch the arms up and back, just to wherever suits you. Adjust the shoulders as you go. Take a moment maybe to lengthen out through those legs. Spread your fingers, your palms, your toes, your feet. Move the feet, move the wrists. You choose any kind of movement, little adjustment that you feel you need. Lovely. In your next breath, so inhale. Exhale, float the two arms back and down and relax the legs. Carefully bend your right knee, fit to your mat. Left knee, fit to your mat. Adjust your lower back. Draw your knees in, placing the hands upon the knees or behind. And let's take the legs out wide and bring them back together. Take the legs out wide, as wide as you can manage now. And back together, and allow yourself a little bit of movement when you're there. Draw them apart, nice and wide. Back together. One more, nice and wide. This time let's just see if we can hold it, maybe exaggerate it a little bit more. Your feet are relaxed. Lovely. Bringing the knees back together. Just have a moment, a little rock if you wish. Toes softly pointing up. Inhale, exhale, lift.
Raise your head and chest, head and shoulders. Just check in with your neck for a moment, that it's comfortable. Toes pointing up. Relaxing the shoulders and breathe. Inhale, exhale, lower the head and shoulders, releasing the hands and 2 feet on your mat. Take a moment there, any little adjustment you need. Extend your right leg away nice and long towards the front. Slowly does it. Right leg up. 2 hands to the back of your thigh. Take a moment. Allow yourself a little bit of movement with your right foot, maybe a bit of toe heel. Maybe some circles with the foot and ankle. Whenever you're ready, we'll extend the left leg away to your mats. Remember to keep it bent if you need to. You're going to inhale, exhale, lift, raise your head and chest, head and shoulders. Slide the hands up there if you can. If you can't, it's absolutely fine to keep them where they were. Just check in with the neck. Left leg working, right leg working. Shoulders relaxed. Lovely. Inhale, exhale, release, lower down, bend that right knee, have your right foot on your mat. Have a moment. So your left leg is your long leg now. Left leg away, left leg up. 2 hands to the back of your left thigh. Keep the right as it is for a moment. Let's do a bit of foot action. So toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Some circles. Spread the toes. Right leg away to your mat. 2 legs working strongly, right leg and left leg. Shoulders are relaxed, remember? Inhale, exhale, lift. Raise your head and chest, sliding the hands up if that's okay. If it's not, just keep them where they were. We glance to the right. 2 legs working strongly, elbows soft and head comfortable. Lovely. Inhale, exhale, release, lower all the way down, bend the left knee, foot to your mat, bend the right knee, foot to your mat, adjust. Okay, so we're going to have the 2 legs up now. You can have them bent, you can have them straight, or somewhere in between, it's absolutely fine. Toes towards your face, take a wee look at the toes there, the feet should look nice and flat. Okay, bend the knees. So now is where you're going to grab your block. Chunky one if you have one. If not, a rolled up towel, cushion, blanket, anything like that will do. Or also, don't worry if you haven't got one, it doesn't matter. It just kind of assists you to engage your thighs and your core a wee bit more correctly. I'm going to just do a little bit of core work. I kind of like to pop it into my class on a regular basis. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And then when you're doing your own home practice, where we might only do 5 lifts, you can, up it to 10, 15, whatever. So the block is between the thighs. You can have your 2 knees bent if you need to. You could also do 1 leg, again, if you were working with any pelvic floor issues. 2 legs up if you can. It's quite a chunky block, so your feet won't be together, but take a look at them. Make sure they're doing as they should. We're going to inhale, exhale, lift, raise the head and chest, reach the hands away. 2 legs working. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, exhale, lift. Raising head and chest, reaching hands away. Inhale, exhale, lower. You can bend your knees in between as well if you wish each time. Inhale, exhale, lift. Raising head and chest, reaching hands away. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lift. Raising head and chest, reaching hands away. Inhale, exhale, lower. Now I've lost count, so we're just going to do another one. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Bend the knees, release your block. You can have a soft Bit of movement there if you wish. Lovely. We're going to have 2 feet on our mat. I'm just going to do a simple twist here. I want you to just scoot your bottom just a little, so 2 knees are bent, 2 feet are on your mat. Scoot your bottom just a little bit to the left. Now you can roll to the right from here, or you can draw your knees back in and roll to the right from there. So they're in towards your belly. Adjust your shoulders, pop your right hand now outside the legs if you can there to keep them active. Choose the position of this left hand to suit yourself. Remember, the further away from the body it is, the stronger it is, so you choose. When you're in position, close your eyes if that's okay, and breathe comfortably and naturally. Lovely. Slowly does it. Take your time as you come back to centre. Let's have our 2 feet on the mat and just adjust the pelvis so we're back in a neutral position. Let's do a wee scoot to the right with our bottom, our hips, and remember you can roll to the left from here if you wish. If you can, or if you want to, bring them in nice and close. Then roll them over to the left. Pop your left hand on the outside of the leg. Adjust the shoulders, head and neck. Choose the position of the right arm, make sure it's comfortable. Close your eyes if that's okay, and breathe. Lovely. Take your time as you slowly come back to centre. Remember, you have to adjust your pelvis a little, so just pop it 2 feet down, level yourself off, straighten yourself off. You can bring your knees in if you wish and have a soft kind of rock, or just keep your feet on the ground. We're going to either roll ourselves up to sitting or carefully push ourselves up to sitting. So roll if it's okay, or push yourself up if you need to. So just come and sit in our easy cross-legged position. This is where one of these flatter blocks comes in handy. They're more for kind of sitting on. The general rule of thumb is that if your knees are up high like this, then you need to lift your bottom up, your pelvis up, and it helps the knees to relax down. So even I need a block to sit on. So you don't need a block if you haven't got one. Cushion from your sofa, do absolutely fine. Folded blanket, absolutely fine. Try and sit towards the front of it so you kind of feel like your pelvis is going more into a neutral position as opposed to being tilting back. Crack there, my hips. Sitting in your easy cross. Remember, if your sore knee didn't suit you, change it. Okay, let's just do a wee bit of breathing. We're here. We're going to just float the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, float them down. Inhale, float them up. Exhale, float them down. Inhale, float them up. Exhale, float them down. Inhale, float them up. Exhale, float them down. I want you to begin to roll your shoulders back for me a few times. Really bring them up to the ears and down the blades. Okay, now anyone's got a sore shoulder, be nice and handy here. We're going to take our hands behind. We're going to do just a wee mini seated back bend. So your hands could be, fingertips could be on the ground, but they could also be on the block or the cushion. So don't worry if they don't go all the way, and also any issues, just keep it really soft and subtle. So you got to draw in through your belly, the fingertips are behind. Lift your ribs into your breastbone as your shoulders roll back. Now your gaze is going to be lifted a little, but don't throw your head back, but make sure it's comfortable.
come out of that nice and slowly. So come right up onto the fingertips first. Now we're going to repeat it because I want to change legs. So you have the opposite leg in front. It's good practice. Try and remember that anything with an easy cross, you do it twice and change legs. Just helps you keep the hips level. So nice roll back, hands behind you. Remember, you can choose. You could be flat hands, you could be on your block or blocks. Lift in the belly, lift the ribs, roll the shoulders, softly gaze up. So you'll feel that it's in your thoracic spine. You know, the shoulder blades there. You come right up onto the fingertips first and then lift yourself tall. Now we're going to go into a cobbler pose from here. You can stay on the block or cushion if you wish. You can also remove it. Get the feeling that you're tilting forward a wee bit more. So your feet come together, the knees are out. They don't have to be close to the ground, they can be further in front. Experienced people might want them closer. Just place the hands there lightly in the front of the ankles or shins. Lift yourself up. Draw in through the belly, so you should be sitting tall. Just visualise the spine, lengthened like a cord. And close your eyes if you wish. Your legs should be working. You want to get the feeling that you're encouraging them out and down. Lovely. Just ease off from that. Now, I'm going to come off my block now. So you can slide that out of the way. Bring your 2 knees in, your 2 feet on your mat, hip width apart. Now this next one, if you have a sore shoulder, it can be really challenging, but there's a wee kind of way we can change it once we get into position. So you can even just have a watch first and pause the video if you need to. We're going to have the hands behind. Fingertips can either point forwards or point back, whatever suits you. Now I want you to lean back slightly, lift your right foot off your mat, rest the outer edge of your right foot upon your left knee. Now when you're here, you'll need to make a little adjustment with your bottom possibly. If it's too much, slide your left foot more in front. That'll kind of take you off the shoulders a little bit as well. So if you can, you'll be on fingertips, sitting nice and tall, maybe heel down, toes up. This is an alternative as well if taking the shoulders back is just not happening for you. So, you know, it can be changed. Everything can be changed and tweaked. Let's hold this. Remember this area here around the buttock, the glute, it gets really tight from sitting. This is a great stretch for it. Lots of different variations. You can do it lying down, you can do it sitting on a chair. I have a couple of chair yoga classes up there as well, and this is in one of them. Okay, we're going to ease out, so we'll just kind of lower or flatten our hands or release them behind you. Lean back slightly, release the foot. You can always give your wrist so we rotate at this point if they need it. Hands behind again if you can. Lean back slightly, outer edge that left foot, rest upon the right knee. I need a wee adjustment there in my tailbone because I have an old injury there. So you've got lots of choices. You can slide the foot more in front. You could even do that, but it's not quite the same. If it's not suiting you to have the hands behind, thread them through and round the shin. You choose. Sit tall for me now to keep your breastbone lifting. Toes in on both legs, that means the foot's flexed. Stay with it. No pain in the knee. Should have said that, but that hopefully will go without saying. We're going to lean back slightly to release that foot. We're going to give our wrists a wee rotate. This next one is upward facing table. And with a really bad shoulder, might have to leave it out. Okay, hands behind. Knees are bent, feet are on your mat, hip width apart. Slowly does it as you begin to lift your bottom and tummy up, up, up. Take a wee look down there. Should be nice and kind of level, as level as you can manage. Draw in through the tail, so the tail is kind of long, but tucked, semi-tucked. I'm not a big fan of tucking the tailbone in. slowly does it. As you come down, you're going to want to give your wrist a wee rotate probably. Even if you can only hold it for a wee second, that's okay. It's absolutely fine. Don't be putting yourself under any pain. So kind of know or begin to know the difference of hard work and pain. We're going to come up into Malasana, which is the one that looks a little bit like a frog. If you're working with a sore knee and you can't do it, what you can do is you can go back to your cobbler, which is this one here, and have your feet more in front. Also, anyone with pelvic floor issue, Malasana, garland pose, one that looks like a frog, is not recommended at all if you have a pelvic floor issue. So just be aware of that and leave it out. This would be an alternative. So, frog. I'm going to turn this way because we're going to go into downward facing dog from it in a moment. So we're going to have the feet about hip width, toes pointing out, knees pointing out. You can be up high like this. You can place a block behind your heels. Sometimes it can be right the balance and having it's just a wee kind of, just a wee cheat, but you're still there. You want to feel like you're hugging your knees in close to your arms. I'm just going to remove that. Some people get their feet nice and flat. So you're giving yourself a good old hug with your knees. Keep them in close. Lift your pelvic floor, lift your pelvic floor. Remember, any pelvic floor issues, this one would not be suitable. Slowly from here, we're going to go into downward facing dog. So we put our two hands down in our mat about shoulder width apart. Begin to lift your bottom up. Step your feet back. Take a look at the feet, hip width apart. Take a look at the hands, shoulder width apart. Allow yourself a little bit of movement. Maybe we sway from side to side to give you the beginnings of a sideways stretch. And then paddle through your legs. Don't forget to breathe. At this point, we can keep the head fully relaxed. Okay, now, right leg off your mat and in the air. Bend the knee. Lift the knee high and relax the foot. Be aware of both of your arms and your shoulders. Pause and hold it. So the arms and shoulders should feel even. We want this right foot to the outside of the right hand. So by all means, bring it down and step it forward if you need to. So right foot, outside the right hand. We're going to bring the left knee down, flatten the foot. Now I know myself from class that some people find that this is a wee bit too much. If it is, this is where these blocks, and remember you can use a couple of books in this situation, come in handy because you might need a wee bit more height. Height gives you space. And if you're working with an injury, space is probably what you need. Just pause for a second. I like to come onto the fingers in my right hand, the fingertips, just to give me a wee bit more height at this point. Now you can stay here and not go any further if you wish. If you can, turn your toes out a little bit first and then begin to roll onto the outer edge of your foot. So if this is too much, go back to where you were and use your block, bricks or books. You can stay here. If you want to just take it a wee bit further, we're just going to float the right hand up towards the sky. Slowly does it. Right hand back and down, fingertips for me. Take your time as you bring that foot, bring the knee back in. Now we're going to meet back in down dog, so you can slide that foot back and go back to down dog that way, remember? Or sweep it back. Take a moment, a little bit of movement through the hands perhaps. Left leg, inhale, left leg off the mat and in the air, bend the knee, you're going to hold it, breathe. You want that foot, remember, to the outside of the hand, so you can bring it down and step it forward if you need to. Left foot outside the hand. Bring the right knee down, flatten the foot. So remember, if it's too much, it's where you get your brick or your books to give you your height. So if you had a wee bit of a tweaky back, you know, you would need your height and your space. Feel free to stay at this point. You don't have to go any further. That's, you know, why poses are usually done in stages as well. if you can, you're going to turn the left toes out a little bit first, fingertips in that left hand. You're going to roll the left knee out. You come onto the outer edge of your foot. You can keep the hand down here for sure if you wished, or float the left hand up towards the sky. Slowly does it, and just float that down. Careful now to be on fingertips as I brought the foot in, the knee in. We'll meet back in downward dog. Take your time there if you need it. Shoulder width with the hands, hip width with the feet. And it's fine to pad through those hands as well, you know, especially when you're maybe not used to class. Just gives your hands and your wrists a wee break. Now draw in through your belly. Try to keep your ears alongside your arms. Get the feeling that you're sending your sit bones back. Now remember, you do not have to straighten your legs. Absolutely not. It's very much down to the individual. We're going to soften our knees and begin to walk our hands back towards our feet. As we come closer, we'll bend our knees more. We'll come to fingertips. We'll hang down over the legs. Give your head a little bit of movement. Keep your knees bent for me. If you're working with a sore back, remember, you can have your forearms and elbows and your knees here. It's quite nice. Or you can just take hold of the forearms and elbows and hang down. Relax the head and the neck. Feel the spine softly lengthening. Okay, just release the hands to your mat, to your shins perhaps, and begin to walk or uncurl yourself up. Head being the last thing to lift. Nice exhale. Take a moment. Just take a moment. There's some activity in the body here. You're lifting, you're mounting, your Tadasana. So you're kind of lightly lifting shins, knees, thighs, rather than tucking the tailbone in. Get the feeling that it's travelling down, in through the belly and up. Lovely. Take a moment now. Okay, turn to face this way. Step your legs just about a metre apart will do fine. Link your fingers together behind your back. Remember, go to your hips only if you're working with a sore shoulder. Roll the shoulders back and down. Now keep the belly in and let's just get a wee bit of encouraging the arms away. Legs are lifting. I want you to just soften out of it first before we take it to the next stage. So you'll soften your knees. Don't push your bottom out, just kind of go with the flow. Lift up. Spill forward and down. If you can, you encourage your arms away from you. If it's too much, this is where your brick or your books will come into play. Your head should be relaxed, but you can vary, you can choose it, you can vary it. This is a nice spot to be at. Also, hands on the block like that. Absolutely fine. You do not have to go all the way down, remember. Now I want you to soften your knees a little bit, but really use your feet strongly. The feet are going to lift you up. You take your time, and as you do, the hands return to the lower back. You release them. Okay, turn the toes out on each side. Maybe give me another couple of centimetres on each side. Maybe not. Now, it very much depends on you. Bend your knees, sit yourself down for your goddess. Now again, remember this will be a very vulnerable position for anyone with a pelvic floor issue. So you might want to leave it out, but no matter who you are, you really want to feel like you are drawing in and up with your hands in prayer to your heart. You could keep them to your thighs if you wish, like we did the other week when we did this eagle arms. Pelvic floor, little toe. Lovely. Slowly does it. Inhale up. Exhale. Float the arms down. Turn the feet to face forward. Maybe have a wee sway or shimmy. Okay, we're going for a warrior 2, Virabhadasana 2. So again, another wee centimetre or 2 on each side. Right toes up. Sorry. Left toes up, turn them in slightly. Right toes up all the way around. Check the foot is straight. Begin bending the knee. Nice fixed position there, don't let it overshoot. Chest to centre facing this way, arms to shoulder level. Have a look out. Check they're not too high, they're just kind of about a centimetre or so below the shoulders. Now press your feet to your mat. Feel your inner thighs working. Lift your pelvic floor and gaze out over your right hand. Keep the belly in and up. Don't lean back and stick your belly out. Keep natural lift going on here. Keep it sucked in and drawn up. Nice passive warrior. We turn the right hand to face the sky, bringing it straight up. The knee stays bent. Left hand can go onto the back leg, the buttock, the lower back. You just kind of choose the position you prefer. Inhale tall, exhale, reach to the right, bend the right arm at the elbow, sitting down. Now if you can give me a little bit more distance between each foot would be great. Pop the left hand here onto the ribs and just softly draw the top ribs back, the top shoulder back. Your hand can stay on your hip if you have a sore shoulder. Sweep it right across the front of the chest. The face still a little bit deeper. Nice diagonal. You can have a look up if you wish. Both feet working strongly. Slowly we'll dial the left hand back. Use your right foot strongly. Lift yourself up. Turn the feet to face forward. Have a moment, check the parallel. Right toes up and in slightly. Left toes up and all the way around. Check the foot is straight. Begin bending the knee. Nice fixed position there. Chest back to centre to face this way. Arms to shoulder level. Take a second to glance out. Press your feet. Engage your inner thighs, lift your pelvic floor in your belly, and gaze out over your left. Turn the left hand to face the sky. Bring the left arm up. Right hand goes deep. Back leg, buttock or lower back. You choose. Keep the knee bent. Draw that lovely line up towards the sky. Good upward lift. Through the belly, the ribs and the armpit. Inhale tall. Exhale, reach to the left. Bend the left arm at the elbow. Popping the forearm onto the thigh. Take a second now. Bring your top ribs, top shoulder back. Sit a little bit deeper if you can. Right arm sweeps across the front of the chest, the face. Hand could stay on the hip. Nice diagonal line running heel to fingertips. So that right heel, both heels, both feet working strongly. Slowly does it. Right hand up and back. Push yourself up with your foot. Turn your feet to face forward. Now a wee sway or shimmy. We're going to have another wide forward fold. So soften the knees. Lift up from your waist. Spill forwards and down. So remember you can use your block here. You don't have to go all the way. Take a hold of your forearms and elbows. If it suits you. Spilling forwards and down. Big toe and little toe. Outer edge of your heel, outer edge of your foot.
fingertips to your mat or onto your block. Use your feet. Lift yourself up to like a kind of halfway point. Bring the feet in just a centimetre or two for me. Soften your knees. Lift yourself up. We're going to toe heel, toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. Take a moment. Let's just find your breath. Keep your feet just slightly apart from me there. Spreading out through your toes. Your instep and your heels. Just going to do some pelvic floor lifts after all that wide leg stuff. I mean, you've really got to do your best to keep some awareness on your pelvic floor throughout those wide leg positions. But with the best of intentions, it's kind of difficult to maintain it. So as long as you kind of reintroduce some pelvic floor lifts. Inhale, lift the shins, the knees, the thighs, the pelvic floor, the belly. Exhale to release and relax. Inhale, lift the shins, the knees, the thighs, the pelvic floor, the belly. Exhale to release and relax. Inhale, lift the shins, the knees, the thighs, the pelvic floor, the belly. Exhale to release and relax. One more like that. Inhale to lift the shins, the knees, the thighs, the pelvic floor, the belly. Exhale to release and relax. Okay, we're going to turn towards the front of our mats. Doesn't really matter where you are. Want the feet together in a squatting position for me. So take a moment just to touch the feet, spread out through your toes, insteps and heels. We'll bend the knees to begin to set ourselves into your chair position, your squat, your Utkatasana. Now you're gazing just towards the front of your mat there so that the back of your neck is long. Feel like you're sitting back to your heels. It's great to do this with your block as well, actually. Slowly we're going to come to standing, inhale up. Exhale, float the hands down. Okay, sit to the hip width apart. We're going to go back to sitting into or come down to sitting in a moment. We're going to come down from standing into Malasana, the one that looks like frog. So our knees, pelvic floor. You want to just go ahead and come down to sitting. It's absolutely fine. I'll meet you there in a moment. So toes are pointing out. We're just going to sit ourselves down, nice kind of frog. You might need a wee adjustment there. Get low if you can. If it's too much, put the block behind your heels. We're not going to be on it for too long, so it doesn't matter if you're up high, as long as you know you're working your legs, you're engaging your inner thighs. You should feel them kind of engaged. Very slowly, we're going to sit ourselves down. I hear someone is cutting their grass very close by. Hope that's not too loud. What can you do? We're going to keep our knees bent, feet hip width apart. We'll lie down on our backs. We're going to be doing a nice kind of bridge pose, and then it'll be our relaxation. So, lie yourself down, knees bent, feet hip width apart. Roll the arms out, so the backs to the sides of the hands are resting. It's good practice to kind of check your feet that the outside edge of the foot looks straight and parallel. Control your knees, don't let them fall in, don't let them fall out. Let's take a moment just to feel the ground beneath us. Have a breath or two. Okay, we'll do 3 of these. So, inhale, begin to slowly lift your bottom, your tailbone, off your mat and up, so you're peeling yourself off your mat and up. And as you exhale, you slowly roll yourself back and down. Inhale. As you begin to lift the tail, peel yourself off your mat and up. Exhale as you slowly roll yourself back and down. So it's on this next one that we'll just hold it for a moment. Inhale as you begin to peel yourself off your mat and up. Now let's bring the arms into play here. So bring them a little bit closer, they're on your mat, and see if you can maybe just lift a little bit higher. Get the feeling that your knees are travelling forwards, that you're creating length and space. Space to the hips, space to the lower back. You should never get pinching in your lower back. It's really about some minor adjustments if you do get those. You get that. Lovely. Slowly inhale, exhale. As you roll yourself back and down, just adjust your shoulders, adjust your lower back, begin drawing your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little bit of movement perhaps. We're going to get ready for our relaxation, our Yoga Nidra. If you want your socks on, your tops on, or even a blanket perhaps, it's not the warmest day here in Derry. You see a wee tiny bit of blue sky creeping through. So we're going to get ready for our relaxation, our Yoga Nidra. You can keep your knees bent if you wish. You can slide your legs away if you prefer, either. Feeling the ground solid and flat. Feel the body fully supported. Give yourself permission to release, to relax, and let go. Bring your awareness to your feet, to the soles of your feet, to the instep, to the ball of the foot, to the big toes and all the toes. Breathe and relax your feet. Moving on to the legs, calves and the shins, the kneecap, back of the thigh and the top of the thigh. Breathe, let go and relax. Bring your awareness now to your buttocks, to the pelvis, to the lower abdomen, the groin. Breathe. Let go and relax. Bring your attention or your awareness now to your belly. Notice the movement there with your breath as you breathe. Let go and relax. To your ribs, the front ribs and the side ribs. Chest, how it rises on the inhale and softens on the exhale. So breathe. Let go and relax. Bringing your awareness now to your back. From the small of your back, all the way up through each of the vertebrae and the discs, the back ribs, the shoulder blades, even the back of the neck. Let go and relax. Both of the arms resting, the upper arm through the elbow, the lower arm through the wrist, to the backs of the hands, the thumbs, the fingers softly curled, and the palms of the hands. You breathe. You let go and relax. The back of your head, the crown of the head and the scalp, forehead, the eyebrows, the eyelids and the eyes, the cheekbones and the cheeks, the tip of the nose and the nostrils, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, chin, the jawline, even the ears and the earlobes. As you breathe, you let go and relax. Nice soft breaths, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we're going to get our bodies ready for movement. I want you to begin to move your feet, toes, fingers, hands. Carefully bending your knees, your 2 feet in your mat. Make your adjustment. Draw your knees in. Place your hands upon your knees or behind. Allow yourself a little bit of movement. 2 feet back to your mat. If you just bring your right arm up and back, roll to your right side. Carefully push yourself up to sitting in an easy cross or back to your easy cross. I'm going to get into the habit of alternating your legs. There's always a tendency to put the same one in front. Hands in prayer to your heart. To the eyebrow centre, peace in your thoughts. To the lips, peace in your words. To the heart, peace in your actions. Send it back to the earth. Some love, goodwill, and healing. And once more, just to your prayer position. Namaste.